The man who knocked at 2:17 a.m. I remember the exact time because I checked the clock twice. 2:17 in the morning. Back in 1983 I was living alone in a small wooden house just outside Ashford, Oregon. It wasn't much of a town, just a few scattered homes, a gas station, and miles of forest stretching in every direction. My nearest neighbor lived nearly half a mile down the road. Most nights were quiet out there. The kind of quiet where you could hear the wind moving through the trees like distant waves in the ocean. That night started like any other. I had gone to bed around 11. The fire in the stove had burned low, and the house had that deep nighttime stillness that only old wooden homes seem to have. I must have been asleep for a few hours when something woke me. At first I didn't know what it was. I just remember my eyes opening slowly in the dark bedroom, the faint red numbers of the alarm clock glowing beside the bed. 2:17 a.m. And then I heard it again. Knock. 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 3 slow knocks on my front door. Not loud. Not desperate. Just calm and patient. I remember lying there perfectly still, staring at the ceiling. Out where I lived, nobody visited at that hour. If someone knocked on your door in the middle of the night, it usually meant something was wrong. An accident. A broken down car. Something serious. But there was something strange about those knocks. They weren't rushed. Whoever was out there didn't sound worried. They sounded certain. I got out of bed and walked slowly down the hallway. The old floorboards creaked under my weight, and the house felt colder than usual. Another set of knocks came before I reached the door. Knock. 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 Still calm. Still patient. I looked through the small window beside the door. But the porch light was off. And all I could see was darkness. For a moment I considered not opening the door at all. But curiosity is a strange thing. So I unlocked it. And pulled the door open. There was no one there. Just the empty porch, and the long dirt road stretching into the trees. The wind moved gently through the branches. Nothing else. I stepped outside and looked around. No car. No footsteps. No sound. I stood there for maybe 30 seconds before going back inside and locking the door again. I remember thinking maybe someone had knocked on the wrong house and walked away quickly. It didn't make sense, but it was the only explanation I had. I went back to bed. But sleep didn't come easily. About 20 minutes later, the knocking started again. Knock. 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 This time it was louder. And much closer to the door.